Hello and welcome to Oweleketv News. I am Antonia Mwokolo. The news headlines. Federal government commences conversion of railway locomotive engines to CNG. Lawmakers seek rotational presidency, 6-year single term. On the foreign scene, Baltimore shipping channel reopens after bridge collapse. And in sports, Eagles World Cup hopes dim after shock 2-1 Benin defeat. Welcome back. Now the news in details. The Minister of Transportation, Saidu Alkali, yesterday announced that the federal government had commenced the conversion of railway locomotive engines from diesel to compressed natural gas. The minister, who disclosed this during an inspection on the retrofitting exercise at Edu train station in Abuja, stated that if successful, the locomotive engines will work on 70% diesel and 30% gas. Alkali, while speaking on the sidelines shortly after the inspection, explained that the process was currently at an advanced stage as the engine is designed in such a way that the diesel is used to power the engine, after which it is switched to gas. A group of over 30 lawmakers in the House of Representatives under the reform-minded legislatures are seeking constitutional alterations to provide for the rotation of executive powers among the 6 geopolitical zones. The lawmakers are also seeking to amend the constitution to provide for a single tenure of 6 years for the president and governors of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This, the lawmakers said, will lead to reduction in government spending, eliminate wastage, bring about efficiency in governance and national stability by providing a single term of 6 years for the president and governors. Addressing journalists yesterday in Abuja, co-sponsor of the Reformers Bill and member representing Idato North-South Federal Constituency, Honorable Ikenga Ugochinyere, said the electoral reform bills have gone through first reading, adding that they would be going for a second reading on the floor of the House. He said the bills, if passed into law, would help reduce the cost of governance and campaigns, unite the country, ensure a seamless transition, unit continuity, uninterrupted development, justice, equity, independence of the Independent National Electoral Commission, and efficient use of state resources, among others. The federal government has launched the National Dairy Policy 2023 to 2028 that will guide both public and private sectors' investments in the Nigerian dairy industry for the attainment of self-sufficiency in milk production and global competitiveness. The official unveiling of the NAB's document was performed by the Vice President Kashim Shettima at the NAB Conference Center in Abuja as part of the activities that marked the 2024 World Milk Day, with the theme Harnessing the Nutrition and Investment Opportunities in Sustainable Dairy Value Chain. Shettima, who was represented by the Senior Special Assistant to the President, Agri-Business and Productivity, Kingsley Uzoma, stated that the objective of the federal government in launching the NAP is to transform the dairy industry in Nigeria by addressing key obstacles such as the lack of modern global best practices for crossbreeding and calving, midstream challenges, amongst others. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited yesterday said it noted with dismay a report in a section of the media alleging that it inflated petrol subsidy claims by 3.3 trillion naira. The national oil firm stated that it conducts its businesses accountably and transparently in keeping with international best practices and has at no time inflated its subsidy claims with the federal government. All previous subsidy claimed by the company, a statement signed by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer Olufemi Shoneye, said are verifiable and relevant records and documents had been sent to relevant authorities and agencies. Regional economic integration, food production, and security topped the agenda at the meeting of the Southwest Governors Forum held in Lagos yesterday. At the meeting held behind closed doors in Alausa, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the host, was unanimously elected to lead the forum as chairman. According to a statement by the forum, Sanwo-Olu stepped into the position following the vacancy occasioned by the death of former governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, who chaired the regional caucus. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State, Lucky Ayedatiwa of Ondo State, Ademola Adeleke of Osun State, Abiodun Oyebanjo of Ekiti, and Sanwo-Olu of Lagos were all physically present at the meeting, which lasted for 4 hours. They all paid their last respect to the memory of the late Akeredolu, who passed away last December. The forum reviewed security across the region and pointed out that the Southwest had been relatively peaceful. The governors renewed their call for creation of state police to further strengthen security in the region. They agreed on the need to forge a security cooperation in order to enhance economic development and free movement within the region. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, yesterday said liquidity remained a major solution required by the power sector to perform optimally. Edun stated this in his submission before the Senate Committee on Power investigating the controversial makeup gas reprocessing deal involving the Ministry of Finance, Calabar Power Generation Company Limited, and Aku Gas Limited. The minister's speech was read by Special Assistant Malam Dahiru Moyi. He said the agreement on gas supply between the MPDHC and Aku Gas Limited was inherited by former President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015, since it was signed in 2011 during President Goodluck Jonathan's administration. He said just as the Ministry of Justice was not aware of the contract agreement, the Ministry of Finance was also not part of it from the beginning. But since government is a continuum, the Ministry of Finance later came into it for the purpose of facilitating the required liquidity. Up next are stories on the foreign scene after the break.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back. On the foreign scene, the port of Baltimore shipping channel has fully reopened 11 weeks after the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed when it was struck by a cargo ship. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers said the passageway where the Key Bridge buckled was now safe for transit. The 700 feet wide and 50 feet deep channel has been restored to its original operation dimensions. The Dali ship veered into the span on 26 March, cutting off the shipping artery and killing 6 construction workers. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers said some 2,000 salvage responders, including hundreds of specialists from around the world, worked to remove the heap of steel and concrete with the help of a fleet of tugboats and more than a dozen floating cranes. In entertainment, Nigerian sensation AYRA STARR is the first Nigerian female artist to debut on the Billboard 200. AYRA STARR has been blazing the trail with the release of her sophomore album, The Year I Turned 21, which continues to set new charting records. In another notable milestone for the Grammy-nominated singer, AYRA STARR's The Year I Turned 21 debut album at number 195 on the Billboard 200 after it sold 8,000 units in its first week. And in sports, Nigeria put up another performance in a 2-1 defeat to Benin Republic in the 2026 World Cup CAF qualifying Group C match day. Smarting from 1-1 draw against South Africa at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo 3 days earlier, the Super Eagles gave frustrated Nigerians a glimpse of hope by going in front on the 27th minute through Raphael Onyedika, who fired beautifully home from the edge of the box after being assisted by Samuel Chukwueze. The ovation that greeted the opener barely died down when Jodel Doso drew the Cheetahs level on 37 minutes, while Steve Millie made it 2-1 in first half added time to hand them a historic win over their illustrious neighbors. And just before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. Federal government commences conversion of railway locomotive engines to CNG. Lawmakers seek rotational presidency, 6-year single term. On the foreign scene, Baltimore shipping channel reopens after bridge collapse. And in sports, Eagles World Cup hopes dim after shock 2-1 Benin defeat. And that's the package on our news bulletin. Kindly follow us on all our social media platforms at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv.tv. I am Antonia Mwokolo. Many thanks for watching.